2 of our presentation on the HD2. This is a section that we call the back end. And actually this is a very underrated section, but a very important section. For the most part, when people are looking to purchase a camcorder or a digital still camera, so much of the emphasis is put on the front end. You know, what is the strength of the zoom? What is the megapixel count? Etc., etc., etc. What a lot of people don't do is invest more time to understand about how they're going to interact with their videos and their stills. So it may be a bit techy in the next little while, but please bear with me. It is very, very important as to how you can maximize the enjoyment you can get from your digital stills and videos. Well, let's start with the reference point of a traditional digital video camera. The traditional digital video camera actually captures video, but the size of the file that it captures is huge. It's so big that it would not fit on an SD card. Many cameras capture video on AVI, or what we call motion JPEG. And what it is, it's a lot of data. It has some compression, but for the most part, there's a lot of detail, and again, it's a large file. And the disadvantage of that is that if you were to take that file, and if you ever wanted to put it in your computer to show people, or to perhaps manage it, maybe do some editing, or if you ever wanted to email it, for the most part, it's very, very difficult. Emailing is probably not an option because the file is so big. And even playing it on your computer is often difficult because you may not have the horsepower or even the space on your computer to play. As a result, most video that is captured on a traditional or on the larger camcorders basically stays away from your computer. For the most part, it will stay on the DVD or on a hard drive, and it's stored separately, which sort of defeats the purpose of trying to capture video and images and put them together on one special spot so that you can keep them together as a as your photo album. And again, by having them on your computer, you can do so much, but again, if the files are too large, it doesn't happen. So let me show you an example. The CameraCorders from Sanyo capture the videos on what we call an MPEG-4 file. It uses a special algorithm so that it compresses the file to a very small size so that it can fit on an SD card. And the theory of that is that if it can capture it on an SD card, then I can put it in my computer. Once it's in my computer, I can do so much. MPEG-4 was actually created by people who said to themselves that in the future, people are going to want to share and move and enjoy video the same way they do with the digital pictures today. So we've got to find a way to make these files smaller. And as a result, that's how MPEG-4 was designed. So just to give you a reference, on a 1 gig card, or actually let's go with a 2 gig card because it's quite commonplace. On a 2 gig card, using MPEG-4 or the compressed file, you can fit up to about 42 minutes on high definition mode, and about up to an hour using standard definition. Well, that's not bad for a 2 gig card, especially when you consider that today you can use up to an 8 gig card on these cameras. Now, in comparison, if you were to take a 2 gig card and use it on a camera that captures videos using an AVI or a motion JPEG file, well, the most you could probably fit in is about 8 minutes on a 2 gig card. So again, you can see the huge difference in terms of what you can store on a card and what sort of capacity it takes on a higher res, on a high res or on an AVI or motion JPEG thing. Don't get me wrong, the quality is very, very good, but it's just not manageable, and it prevents you from enjoying it the same way you could with an MPEG-4 file. Anyways, hope that wasn't too technical, and hope that it helps you understand the benefits of using an MPEG-4 video.